Myanmar's cooperation with international mechanisms. Of the 9 international human rights treaties, Myanmar has ratified 4. Following the second UPR cycle, the International Covenant on Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights was ratified in 2017, followed by the optional protocol on the Convention on the Rights of the Child on the Involvement of Children in Armed Conflict in 2019. Although Myanmar has accepted recommendations for the ratification of the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights during the second UPR cycle, it has yet to ratify the treaty. Myanmar has refused cooperation with the UN special procedures, and no visits have been conducted since the second UPR cycle. In December 2017, it accused then UN Special Rapporteur, Ms. Young-hee Lee, of bias and barred her from returning to the country. In March 2017, the Human Rights Council authorized a 3-member independent international fact-finding mission to investigate the alleged human rights violations of security forces. Although the government blocked the independent international fact-finding mission, the team visited refugee camps in Thailand and Bangladesh, conducting intensive interviews with survivors. This information was handed over to the Independent Investigative Mechanism for Myanmar for possible future criminal prosecution. In a landmark decision in January 2020, the International Court of Justice issued 4 specific provisional measures and ordered Myanmar to take immediate steps to prevent genocide of the Rohingya minority. The Gambia, on behalf of the Organization of Islamic Countries, alleged that Myanmar violated the 1961 Genocide Convention in 2 waves of attacks against the Rohingya in 2016 and 2017. The government, conceding the possibility of war crimes and crimes against humanity, denied the existence of specific intent required for genocide and has set up its own independent commission of inquiry. In November 2019, the International Criminal Court, after receiving views on behalf of hundreds of thousands of alleged victims, authorized a probe of the country for crimes against humanity, including persecution, violence, and forced deportation. Myanmar is not a party to the International Criminal Court, but jurisdiction is established through the ongoing cross-border situation with Bangladesh. Myanmar has rejected the probe and is unlikely to cooperate with investigations. The International Criminal Court has no power to enforce its rulings, and only state parties are obliged to cooperate. We recommend the following. Ratify the following conventions: International Covenant on Civil Political Rights, Convention Against Torture, Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, Convention on Enforced Disappearances, and Convention on Migrant Workers. 2. Cooperate fully with the UN human rights bodies and mechanisms, in particular, resuming full cooperation with the Special Rapporteur on Myanmar. 3. Create and support a multi-stakeholder task force to monitor compliance with the International Court of Justice to take all possible measures to prevent genocide.